Hey, what is up guys? Hope you're all as blessed as President Trump is. I hope you guys are all doing well and thank you so much for tuning in. In this video, I'll be covering Nioh 2 and my overall experience with this game so far. Note, I've not finished this game completely and will do a final review when I finish it, as I've been told by friends that this game is huge and will take an enormous amount of time to finish it. So these are my first impressions of Nioh 2 after you create your glorious character. Boy, did I really underestimate this game. Mind you, this is my first time playing Nioh. I did not play Nioh 1. I jumped straight to the second one. So I went ham attacking mobs and bosses like I owned the place. Little did I know that I was merely a peasant child walking in this beautiful and addictive journey of Nioh 2. The game instantly let me know that I was a pushover and that the only way to survive was by adapting to the enemy types and learning their movesets. So easier beginner-friendly enemies started to become easier to handle. Not bad. Typical Souls-like experience. And then out of nowhere, this yokai demon monkey spawns out of nowhere with a spear and cancels out my stamina so I can't even roll. Grasps me in a lock and makes me submit to the floor. I look at my controller, and my controller looked back at me. We both had a moment of reflection. I felt it telling me, oh, this is one of these games, huh? And I said, yeah, it is. The insane difficulty of this game has no comparison to Bloodborne, Dark Souls, or anything I've experienced. This game may look charming, funny, and cozy with its beautiful colors and NPC, but when it's time to get serious, the game gets very serious and dark. As Drake would say, 0 to 100 real quick. But it's difficult in a way that when you accomplish beating a boss by yourself without cheating, just pure skills, you feel like a literal god or goddess. The monsters are challenging, but the combat itself has a lot to offer, and counter parries are a must in your toolbox. Unlike other Souls games where parrying was optional and something you didn't have to stress for, this game punishes you for missing a counter attack. Obviously, depending on your situation, and if you're in a midway attack, you're basically screwed and will die instantly. The bosses go into a frenzy indicated by a red light. While this attack occurs, you may not stagger the monster with your weapon, no matter if it's a huge axe or odachi. The best moves are counter attacks or parrying, or run for your life and it better not touch you. Your health is very limited, and I've got to say, it's a shame, because in the very first levels at least, it will feel very overwhelming and frustrating. But if you stick with it, I promise you, it will definitely be worth your time. And luckily, the game gets better and better as you progress and find new weapons and armaments to play with. Talking about weapons, they all look fantastic. Talk about having your Japanese feel with this game. You have great customization options to look your best in battle, dress and match to your style. But even better yet is when you find new and rare equipment that suits your playstyle, whether you want to play it safe or risky. You have tons of options in this game for your indulgence. You also have a blacksmith at your disposal where you can dismantle old and weaker equipment to obtain rare and useful materials to temper and craft. I am not too familiar with tempering, but as far as I know, it lets you change one of your abilities in your gear that you may not find useful for one that suits your style even more. This is fantastic, and every time I've done it, I've noticed the difference. Remember, there are different gameplay styles. Some people prefer the more risky approach, wear less armor and have faster mobility while facing enemies. Meanwhile, this leaves you exposed and with no defense. Some weapons are actually better with this gameplay style than others. I am using the glaive because, let's be honest, it looks sick. But it's the first game I play that not only does the weapon look sick, but feels amazing to play with. And when I say weapons, I mean weapons. Over 10 plus weapons for you to choose, and they all feel fantastic in their own right. While I am always inclined for heavy duty shit, there's plenty of medium to super fast agility adept styles, even including handguns and rifles. But I am glad because it creates a really nice replay addition into this already immersive game. But you don't only got to worry about weapons and armors, but your ability points or chakra. Is that Japanese? Anyways, your power skills. They are very hard to come by and you have to choose wisely because some abilities are hidden behind quest lines. So you must choose to wait for that specific mission to unlock that skill point or spend it in something else that you desire. I've yet to find something to respect my points. I believe there is, but since I have not figured it out yet, I will continue being careful. Your weapons also have ability points, but luckily these are separated from your normal basic skill points. And thank God, whoever decided this was a genius. Not only it makes our life easier as the player, but it also incentivizes us to play different weapons so we can level them up and get skill points for that precise weapon type. Basically, you got regular ability points to level up, plus weapons that you like to level up. Two great activities that leave you extremely satisfied or stressed, depending on your creation. But let's jump into the meat of potatoes, the gameplay. Boy, if you're on the fence like me and you're looking for a great combat game with great visual art and elegance, look no further than Nioh 2. The combat from the minute you go into the game feels fresh and unique, intriguing and complex. It's truly magnificent and easily the best part of this game. The originality of different stances, power moves, soul cores, magic, and your demon form is top notch. It's something all gamers have to experience at least once. Whether you like close combat or sniper-like combat, this game got it all. Once you begin your journey, the game will give you a tutorial to really find your blade. But take your time and choose wisely, as the enemies are very unpredictable and will punish you for not knowing how to use your weapon. Luckily, the game is very good at teaching you how to use effective strikes against difficult foes. And if you ever need to relearn something that you might have missed back at your tutorial, you can always train whenever you wish. This is the only game where I've needed to use the training dojo to train again. I am ashamed to say this, I might be getting old, but this game is so jam-packed with so much content and abilities that sometimes it's good to take a refresher, take a breath, and learn new things that will help you on the battlefield. Of course, you can always choose the way out, the easiest way out, and there's fantastic overpowered magic and pistols that hit for over 10k, killing anything in one hit. Obviously, there are tons of builds out there that lets you take payback to all the monsters who previously bullied you. But as a beginner, I would suggest enjoying the ride, taking it slow, and learning everything you can. It will feel overwhelming in the first few hours, but after that, it's pure fun, I promise. This is what my first experience with Nioh 2 was. Extremely frustrating, satisfying, and tons of fun. I know it's very contradicting, but it's crazy. Which, believe it or not, it's extremely hard for game developers in this day and age to create a fun game. So if you got a couple of bucks to spare, it's on sale on PS5. I believe it's 29 bucks. I decided to give it a go and I am having tons of fun. But what about you? Have you played this game? Did you hate it or love it when you did? Let me know your experience down below in the comment section, and if you will kindly like and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content, it will mean the world to me. Thank you, and until the next one.